Hello and welcome back to another Nukes Top 5 reaction. In this one we're going to be reacting to Nukes Top 5... Nukes Top 10 Ghost Videos. So scary it goes up to 11. Like always, the originals will be linked in the description. Second. And, Nukes YouTube channel will also be linked in the description, so if you want to check either the original video or more Nukes videos out, head down to the description. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
This next video was recorded by a man named Javier from Argentina. Javier says that he was worried about his friend Antonio, as he hadn't heard from him in a while. So he drives over to Antonio's house to check up on his friend. Javier bangs on the front door. No one answers. He calls out Antonio's name. Again,
Antonio.
No answer.
Antonio.
So Javier climbs over the wall into Antonio's backyard and goes to the back door of the house. For some reason, the door is open.
Okay.
Fearing the worst, Javier goes inside to investigate. What happens next is downright chilling.
Antonio.
If somebody's a close enough friend of yours
Antonio.
and you trust them, it might be a good idea to give them a key to your house. But only do it with somebody you trust.
Antonio, soy yo. Javier. La puta madre. ¡Ey!
For some reason my left eye just got watery.
¡Ey, loco! Soy Javier, boludo.
Javier? Javier, okay.
Che, loco, ¿sos vos? Ya fue, boludo. Vine a ver qué onda. ¿Cómo andás? ¿Estás bien?
Okay, this here is more believable than most of the videos I've seen.
Che, loco, si sos vos, salí. ¿Escuchan eso?
Sounds like a guy just trying to talk to his buddy.
Javier doesn't know what is going on, and he doesn't want any part of it. He decides to just leave the house and call the police. But just as he's about to exit, he hears a strange sound from somewhere behind him. The next 30 seconds are like something right out of a nightmare.
Okay, door opening. And somebody calling him.
Did you see it? A door swings open by itself and someone or something with glowing eyes seems to peek over the upper glass of the door, 7 feet in the air. Javier has had about enough and just makes a run for it. He says that whoever or whatever this was, it certainly was not his friend Antonio. After calling the police over to the residence, Javier learns that his friend has tragically passed away inside the house, just behind that door that he couldn't open. Javier is so upset and confused by the whole ordeal that he just can't let it go. He decides to return to Antonio's house in search of answers. It did not go well.
Why would you go back after
Quita la
running?
pieza. Mierda.
Dead mouse?
La laucha. Da un poco de escalofrío estar acá, se siente
Well, you know your friend
Se
died
siente una
there. Of
carga.
course you're gonna get
un poco
shivers.
pesada, qué sé yo. Qué mierda. La linterna. ¿Qué pasó? Mierda. ¡Ey! ¿Quién es? ¿Quién anda ahí? Mierda. Concha de su madre.
I never get why people keep their shower curtains closed. And what's with the black box on the screen?
¡Hola! ¿Qué mierda anda ahí la concha de su madre? ¡Ey!
And with that, Javier is done. He leaves the house, and to this day, he claims that he has no explanation for what happened inside. A house.
Is that black deal supposed to have been like a text box? So with that one, I have to say, I definitely think it's completely fake. However, it was one of the best enactments I've seen. The guy didn't seem unnatural at all when he first came. It did really seem like he was just there chatting with a buddy. And the things that were going on seemed like pranks that friends might play on each other. As for the glowing eyes behind the window, the image was clear enough to where you can see it was a guy wearing a pair of reflective glasses. Sunglasses. So that there was pretty straightforward. This last part, it's a little obviously fake, but it's a nice enactment. It's a good little video. It is very enjoyable to watch, and it allows good immersion. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Without history. A family living in Kansas City, Missouri are away from home one night when their Nest security camera captures something truly bizarre. A shadow-like figure about the height of a child can be seen moving from the upstairs bedroom. The figure doesn't appear to walk or run, but rather float at a high speed before it just disappears into thin air. A small childlike voice can be heard calling out, "Help." The family has never experienced anything paranormal before, so they have no idea just what this could be. The house was only built 15 years ago, and they've searched online, but they can't find any strange history about the house or land. So just what is this? Let me know what you think.
Looks like a kid running. Just too quick for the camera to catch up right in that amount of light, or just the way it's set up. Camera can't focus enough, so that's why there's the distortion. But it's just a kid running in the house.
Scary videos. So if you see anything that you think would be perfect for the top 5, send it to us at nukestop5@gmail.com. The uninvited guest.
Okay.
A family on Rote Island in Indonesia are gathered to celebrate a birthday when one of the guests captures something truly chilling on camera.
Semua suara kok. Harus sini.
A strange uninvited guest can be seen looking into the window, watching the family as they celebrate. Now, without a source, we'll never know exactly what's going on here. So, tell me what you think. Cave.
Just somebody looking in a window. Don't know how else to explain it. I don't know if it's somebody who came late, somebody who's messing with them or what, but just somebody looking in a window.
Crisis. Alex Cantrell from the YouTube channel Underground Explorers is invited to explore a cave on his friend's ranch in Texas. But the cave is partially submerged in water, making it very difficult to enter and explore. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that this video is not exactly anything paranormal, but it is very scary and 100% real. It's especially scary if you're even the slightest bit claustrophobic. Now, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, I want to stress, no one was seriously injured in this video. The following footage was recorded by a professional cave diver. Do not attempt to do this yourself. Alright, so Alex is joined by a few of his friends as they begin to explore the frightfully small cave.
Alright, who's got the oxygen meter? I don't see that. Look at this. We got an oxygen meter now? So people won't be mad at me? So what all does that show? Carbon monoxide?
Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, and low oxygen.
Cool.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah, so we got the action adventure twins here helping us out. As you guys are like, Matt, check the oxygen. Oh, danger levels.
Breathe
huh?
on it a little bit.
Danger.
Danger.
It's waterproof?
It's going off because
But
the
I don't think it's gonna work too well if like the little intakes
Yeah,
get
that makes
clogged with
sense.
water.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to keep that thing out of the water.
Alright guys, we have made it out to the cave that's on the demolition ranch. Or off the ranch
Wait, is it
now.
beeping already?
Well, see, I immediately dumped it underwater.
I told you.
So, you know, I don't think this is gonna give us the accurate.
Probably not our
Or the entire cave has bad air.
It might.
Get into it!
whoa.
A lot further. We're not even close.
As they work their way deeper and deeper into the cave, the passageway becomes smaller and more claustrophobic. Eventually, there is barely even room to breathe above the murky water. This is when the exploration goes horribly wrong.
Try really hard to keep my head.
Well, this is where we're at right now.
Yeah, this is intense.
I love that they're saying this is intense.
Yeah,
That makes
we
me
heard
feel,
that yet.
that makes me feel good because I was scared in here. And I'm like, what if these guys just come in and they're like, oh, this is a piece of cake. Let's climb it.
Yeah. No, this is a little rough.
Yeah.
I feel like rope on my foot.
Okay.
So much water in my ears.
Yeah, same. Oh, man.
Water in my eyes. Snorkel would be nice right by now. Yeah.
I got so much water in my head.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah, don't look for him.
Does it really go further? Is he under? Oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. I can just barely hear right here.
So loud.
This is the waiting area.
Not a lot of air available in that small area.
I'm glad I didn't go in there and wait.
Are you going, Jacob? Oh, he just bailed.
Whoa. In a situation like this, panicking is the worst thing you can do.
Oh my God! I'm coming out!
And it'd be very easy to lose your sense of direction.
Holy crap! You okay? You look like a shark is dead. Did you like shove me over in the water? I'm sorry, Alex!
Alex's friend and fellow cave explorer Jacob is a little further ahead in a part of the cave that is so submerged that there's barely room to breathe. As he ducks under the murky water, Jacob becomes confused and panics, breathing in a mouthful of the dirty water. In a terrified frenzy, he tries to back out of the cave as fast as he can, but he slams into Alex, dragging him underwater too. Luckily, the two guys make it out safely, with only a few scratches to remind them of the terrifying incident. This video once again goes to show that sometimes people, even your own friends, can be much scarier and more dangerous than anything paranormal.
Yep.
And I don't know about you, but just watching them in that cramped little tunnel gave me the heebie-jeebies. Now, you can watch this entire exciting cave exploration and many more over on the YouTube channel, Underground Explorers. Hiding.
Now, in a situation like that, panicking is the worst thing you can do, especially when they got dragged underwater. You have to be very careful with your every action, because if you go up too quickly, there's a chance you can hit your head on the stone ceiling of the cave and knock yourself out. That will not be a good thing in that sort of situation. And if you get disoriented and can't figure out your way out, that's going to be even worse. Now, that many people in such a small area, I'm surprised the oxygen lasted as long as it did. The other thing, and this is a question on my part, wouldn't it have been possible for them to set up a pump and pump out some of the water? I'm not sure, because caves are usually a pretty solid stone. So I'd imagine you should be able to set up pumps to pump out the water. Again, this is a question, no real, just something I was curious about. And yeah, I would not want to go into something like that. I'm not claustrophobic, but no.
Under the bed. In another creepy video shared to TikTok without a source, a man is woken up in the middle of the night by a strange thumping sound coming from under his bed. What happens next is absolutely horrifying.
Se escucha algo debajo de la cama.
The man looks under his bed but sees nothing that could explain the mysterious thumping. But then a horrific thing comes sliding out from under his bed, and the video cuts. Now, I'm in no way claiming that this video is real, but it is definitely very creepy.
It looks like a scene from a movie.
Not, I'll leave that for you to decide. The haunted USS.
It looked like a scene from a movie. The way it slid in and out makes me think it's some sort of mannequin or something, or there's not really a lot of room. It might have been some sort of cardboard cutout or something, but it was cool. I liked it. I don't take it as being real at all. Just the way it happened. But it was cool.
Salem. Seth Borden from the YouTube channel Seth and Chase, Josh from Exploring with Josh, and paranormal investigators Steve and Dylan from Haunted Nights joined together as they set out to investigate the many reports of paranormal encounters on board the historic Navy cruiser, the USS Salem. Although the USS Salem was never involved in any military combat, it was often used as an emergency relief ship and gave medical aid to horribly injured victims, both civilians and Navy crewmen. It is said that up to 400 people have died on the USS Salem throughout the years,
wow,
including men, women, and children. Today, the Grand Historic Ship is preserved as a museum in Quincy, Massachusetts. Many visitors and employees claim to have seen or heard paranormal activity while on board the ship. The ship's caretaker, Don, explains to the group of investigators that one very active spirit on the USS Salem is that of an older sailor who they refer to as Chief.
And this is, I think, where the chief hangs out.
You think the chief is here?
Well, I think the chief hangs out in here now.
Okay.
So you would say that like chief is the authoritative
I
figure?
would say the chief is the guardian of the ship. The chief is the man who is concerned with people disrespecting the ship and things of that nature. And when the pandemic first started and I started working at home, I let my hair was longer than yours. I mean, it was down to like the middle of my back. And every time I came aboard, the chief would yank my hair.
Oh, man.
Damn it!
The guys decide to do an EVP session to try to communicate with the ghost known as the Chief. Their recorder captures some very disturbing responses.
Can you speak into this device in my hand with the blinking red light? That's what we're just killing right after I just got holding it.
We are a what?
We are something, clear as day.
Yeah.
That's so vocal, too. Yeah. Dude.
We are. We are. Oh my crazy as ever.
What is that last word?
It's 2 syllables.
Yeah. We are.
We
Yeah, so
are
it's-
alive. We are something.
Do we just sit there and try it one more time?
Yeah.
We
Because now we've heard them, we can tell them that we can hear you. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah,
It's
let's
right
bring it
there.
back. All right, I'm gonna do it again. We heard you say we are something. We can't understand you. Can you repeat yourself? We are what?
Can the chief come down here and talk to us?
Chief, if you're here watching us, can you tell us your name?
Understand you. Can you repeat yourself? We are what? Is there anyone here with us in the surgical room?
Oh my god, it did it again.
Bro, I don't even want to film. Like, if this is
Every question.
Oh my god.
bro, I don't want to film.
Oh my god.
Oh, we got some. Yeah, I just gotta show you this. I'm never one to like show off evidence to like people until like we leave, but like I just want to show you
opinion.
this.
Yeah, we want like the raw
Yeah.
reaction to this.
If you're watching this, talk to me.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
You've heard them get pissed off like this before?
The group believes that they might have made contact with the entity known as the Chief, and it seems that they have really pissed him off. Next, they investigate the mess hall, a large room that is said to be where the Chief appears the most. Using an Ovilus device and an EVP recorder, the group questions the spirits that haunt the ship. And this is when things get downright creepy.
Who's following us here? And why are you screaming?
Helpless. They're helpless.
Oh, we're helpless.
That's way worse. Some touch it.
My hair just got touched. I literally just felt my hair get.
He said every time he came out here, he got his hair pulled when he had long hair.
My hair was longer than yours. I mean, it was down to like the middle of my back. And every time I came aboard, the chief would yank my hair.
If you saw it on camera, but I felt it. Holy shit.
That one might have got it.
Yeah, we'll mind you.
Oh, good point. Flashlight's on.
Helpless.
Helpless. They're helpless.
Oh, we're helpless.
Just like what happened to the ship's caretaker Don, something seems to touch Seth's hair. But that's not all they captured. Now, before this next clip, it should be mentioned that the ghost of a young girl and her mother are also said to haunt the USS Salem. When the explorers review their footage, it seems like they might have encountered one of these spirits without even knowing.
Maybe we should.
Alice.
Alice?
Alice.
Woman's name, right after we heard a woman's voice.
Did you see it? If you watch closely, you can see a figure that looks like a girl in a long skirt walking in the background.
Alice.
Alice?
Alice.
Woman's name, right after we heard a woman's voice.
Alice?
Alice.
Woman's name, right after we heard a woman's voice.
So did the group make contact with the chief? Or, well, did the chief make contact with Seth? And is this the ghost of one of the women who haunt the ship? I leave it up to you to decide. You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channels Seth and Chase, Exploring with Josh, and Haunted Nights. The way.
Okay, so a lot of stuff to break down there. First off, the guy's hair. As somebody with long hair myself, it looks like his hair is just falling off the shoulder. It has a good look there. Actually does look like something was grabbing it, but yeah, that's just his hair coming off his shoulder. It's a natural thing. I've had it happen a lot back before I started to braid my hair. Braiding your hair is one of the best things you can do if you got long hair. It stops your hair from matting up. My hair easily matted up. My hair would mat up with one night's sleep. So I started braiding it. As for the ghost they saw in the background, that is obviously just the lower part of a wall. And you could actually see it moving when the guy moved. That's just a reflection of the light on that particular part of the wall. I don't see a lot of ghosts that are square in shape. As for the EVP, I might not have had an explanation about this before. However, recently, I tried to help my dad set up a set of earbuds for himself. And, well, my dad is not very good with technology. He has like a 1 to 2 second, well, 1 and 1.5 second pause when he goes to double click on something. And he's never really sure on where to tap on the earbuds. So while trying to help him set up his earbuds, the sounds that was making, I heard similar sounds rubbing my fingers over the earbuds. So basically, I think that's just stuff being rubbed over the mic of the whatever they're recording. Sometimes it's, well, some of this audio they were trying to make out from it was a stretch. The things they were considered screaming. As I said, it's the screaming that I was that was similar to what I was doing with the earbuds. Let's see, that's about all. Oh, by the way, my dad ended up not using the earbuds because after about an hour and a half, he still had trouble answering the phone by tapping on them. So basically, I just got him a cheap headset beanie, and you just have to click on the button once to answer it, and he prefers using that. $250 earbud set, $15 beanie set. Go ahead and get back to the video. I bought the earbuds for him when I bought his phone. It was a while back too. I think it was a few years back. The phone now is a new phone because the old one's battery died. But the earbuds he's never really used. He said he wanted them when we both first bought him the phone. And oh, sorry, I'm shaking the entire desk by shaking my leg. He said he wanted them when we first got the phone. At first, I wasn't willing to let him use them since they're $250. I wasn't willing to let him use them when he works because he has a habit of losing small stuff. I told him I'd set them up for him for like when he's just doing normal stuff. But he never really asked me to try to set them up until recently, and again, he had too much trouble with them, so they are picking up dust. Go ahead and get back to the video.
Waiting room. Trixie Joy Velasco from Davao, Philippines is in the hospital giving birth to her daughter. while her fiancé Dave is waiting in an empty hospital ward nearby. While waiting, he sees something that sends a chill down his spine.
Why is he in an empty hospital ward?
Koresa. Anak kayo. Naiungon sa bawas. What?
There's no one in the room, but as Dave looks under the bed, two legs can be seen standing at the other side of the room. He looks up, and again, there's no one there. Dave is pretty freaked out. So did he accidentally capture evidence of the paranormal? Or just who or what do these legs belong to? Playtime is
barefoot legs standing there, but they're in a hospital, so that's to be expected. Oh no, because why wouldn't you be wearing? I don't like hospitals. I go as little as possible. Or would you usually be wearing socks, or do they make you take off your socks? The only time the last time I think. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in a hospital. In a hospital for myself, I think the last time I went to the hospital was when I had a boil. I went in to have it checked out. It was very painful. It started out very small, and then I slipped in the shower, fell on it, and then it over the next few days basically got from being a small size from like, and again, this isn't exactly small, it went from like the size of I'd say maybe a pea or a maybe a grape to the size of a golf ball, because I slipped and fell on it. Very painful in the moment. Very, very, very painful. But as it got bigger, at that point, I went to the hospital, have it checked out. They just told me to keep wet compresses over it and to make sure I keep the area clean and just wait for it to pop. Very painful. That was the last time I was at the hospital, so. And that was years ago. So, I don't know if, oh, I got sidetracked. We were talking about the feet. So I don't know if they make you wear socks or not in the hospital. For the longest time, I never wore socks when I was in the house. I only put on my socks when I was putting on shoes. I didn't even have sandals. I'd walk around the house barefoot. Now I always wear socks because they're more comfortable and it's warmer. But yeah, it looks like somebody just standing in the room. And why would he be waiting in that room while his wife is giving birth? Do they not allow the guys in the room when the women are giving birth? Then again, my dad kind of had a violent reaction when I was born. I was born premature and they put me in a machine, a premium machine. And my dad overreacted seeing all the IVs in me. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it.
Over. Lorelai Gonzalez from La Paz, Uruguay says that the 10-year-old daughter of one of her family members recorded a very creepy video while she was playing in her bedroom. The young girl is proudly showing off her brand new kitchen playset to the camera when suddenly she gets the scare of a lifetime.
Does the doll turn and look at her?
Así. Uno rosita, igual que el cuchillo que mostré al principio. No sé si lo mostré al principio.
Keeping my eye on the doll.
Y este tenedor amarillo. Pues tener... Se me está cayendo todo. Perdón, se me está cayendo todo. 2 cuchillos amarillos iguales. Tengo esta tacita rosita y esta tacita como fucsia. Huevo. ¿Sí?
Cheap.
A creepy little doll seems to push over a plastic cup. The girl is a little confused but shrugs it off and continues showing her playset. Then the doll's arm lifts up and falls back down all on its own. The girl makes a run for it, flipping her camera and yelling for mama. According to Lorelei, the video was recorded years ago and the girl is now 14 years old. But she is still freaked out by this whole incident. They have no idea how the doll could have moved by itself, so this creepy recording remains a mystery to this day.
See?
Just right now, there are 2 ways I can think of to duplicate this. The easiest way, obviously using a string and running it up to something towards the ceiling or over a door or something. It'd be better if it was closer to the doll where the string was being looped, but that would be the easiest way. Another way is I can take apart just about any remote control toy car. You can get them pretty cheap now for about $15 on Amazon. If I take that apart, I can rig up, it would require tearing apart the doll too. I can rig it up to where I can use the motor of the car and the remote to lift up the arm like that. So it's not exactly too difficult to set it up, either. I think the string would be the easiest and basically the best way to explain it. But yeah, you could set that up very easily.
The wall. 6 months ago, Reddit user AMRV5 moved into an old apartment along with her 2 roommates. Since then, posters, pictures, and basically anything they hang on their walls will frequently just fall to the floor for unknown reasons.
I don't like posters, I don't like pictures.
This has happened so often that the 3 roommates are starting to get a bit freaked out.
I don't like hanging
One
stuff
night,
up on my wall.
Reddit user AMRV5 is all alone in her apartment. Something happens that is truly bizarre.
Okay. Not too hard to reproduce. Even easier.
A picture frame on the wall rocks back and forth on its own. Then the desk chair slowly moves to face her. The video cuts out there because Reddit user AMRV5 is so terrified that she hurries off to the kitchen to wait for her roommates to come home. Now, after posting her video to Reddit, shocked viewers ask if there might be a more logical explanation. For example, maybe the air vent above the picture is simply causing a draft. So AMRV5 explains that her thermostat is set to turn the heat on at around 4 p.m. every day, and that this could possibly cause an air current. So the next day, just before 4 p.m., she grabs her phone and records the vent.
This is our vent test. We have about a minute until the heat's supposed to cycle on. We're gonna see if that does anything to move the picture frame.
The picture frame moved towards the vent. If it was caused by the vent, it would move away from the vent. Well, not towards the vent, but in the direction of the vent.
The heat did not come on yet.
While waiting for the heat to come on, there's a loud bang at the door. When AMRV5 goes to check it out, she finds that a shoe has fallen down the steps. But then, another loud bang, this time from inside her apartment. She hurries back in and finds that the picture frame has fallen completely off the wall. So what do you think is going on here? Could Reddit user AMRV5's apartment actually be haunted? I leave it up to you to decide.
Okay, so best explanation for that on my part is strings being fed through the bookshelf or whatever that is to the right. Very easy to reproduce. As for the picture falling, complete bullshit. It would have fallen, when it fell down, it would have tilted over into the back of the monitor. It wouldn't move that far to the right from where it originally fell. It's just, they got lazy there. Or they didn't think it through properly. Just with the way it was set up, the picture frame, well, the picture wouldn't have fallen that way. And at the very least, the monitor, if you look at it, the right side was even before the picture fell, was a little further back than the left side. So when the picture fell, it wouldn't just automatically tilt to the side as it, after it landed. It would have fallen towards the monitor or towards the wall. I'd say towards the monitor from how it fell, well, from how it would have had to fall, and it would have pushed the monitor forward a bit. That monitor was not pushed forward. So amazingly, the picture just fell and slid to the right without any other influence from gravity. So that's that. Now, as for like posters, pictures, I don't have any of that on my walls. I won't, because I find basically stuff with human shapes creepy to have on the walls. Basically, it's always like the eyes are looking at you or following you. Even when I go to friends' houses and stuff, I'm always creeped out by pictures on the walls. And as far as other stuff like mirrors, the only place I like to have mirrors is either inside a closet if it's needed for like wardrobe, or in the bathroom. I basically won't have a lot of mirrors just standing around for no reason. Not religious or anything like that, just I find it creepy and uncomfortable otherwise.
Bad vibes. Popular Czech ghost hunter Danny Threeman from the YouTube channel TV Twix and his friend Dominic set out to investigate an old abandoned laboratory in the Czech Republic. The building is a source of controversy and tragedy, as unsuspecting employees of the laboratory were forced to undergo horrible experiments to test and study dangerous chemicals. In some cases, these chemicals were fatal. Now, years later, locals claim that the spirit of one of these employees still haunts the building, still afraid and still angry. It's around 4 a.m. when Danny and Dominic find a room with a single bed frame, possibly a bed that belonged to one of the lab employees. They activate their REM pod device and quickly realize that something is not quite right.
Já to zkusím položit na tu postel, víš co?
Kámo, čekuj, ta postel vibruje, kde byl. Je to vidět? Ona se hejbe, kámo. Kámo, ten přístroj se úplně zbláznil, vole. A ono, kámo, vibruje celý ten rošt s tím přístrojem.
Jest.
Kámo, děláš si
Kámo, ta postel se hejbla. Vidíte to tam vzadu?
Ty píčo.
To ono má rovně, že jo?
Kámo, ona šla ke mně, vole.
Kámo.
Kámo. Ty král, OK, děkujeme za znamení. Takže víme, že jsi tady s náma. Máme odejít z této místnosti pryč a nechat ti tvůj klid? Ano, zkus se nám znovu projevit.
Okay.
Ty krávo, to si děláš prdel. OK, děkujeme za znamení. My tedy tuto místnost opustíme. Necháme tě tady v klidu, nebudeme se ptát na další dotazy. Nevíme, kámo, co se tomu dotyčnému stalo, proč je tady. A jdeme odsaď o prdele, kámo. Ty pito! Kámo, to si děláš prdel, vole.
Kámo.
To šlo po mně, kde byl, kámo. Ty krávo, kámo, sedem na to. Sedem na to.
The bed frame seems to vibrate, triggering the REM pod device. Then the bed suddenly moves toward Danny. The two investigators stay calm, but when the bed aggressively slides across the room, they just get out of there. After gathering their courage, they decide to investigate the building's laboratory. This lab was the site of many horrible experiments and tests that were conducted on the building's employees. Danny starts to ask questions to try to get a response from the paranormal presence in the building. For around 20 minutes or so, nothing much happens. But then things take a terrifying turn.
Jsi tu s námi, je tady nějaká duše, která by se chtěla projevit na nějakým z těch přístrojů. Jsme tady jenom kvůli vám, abyste nám ukázali, tu jste, a pak se samozřejmě zeptáme na nějaké otázky, proč tu jste. Ale jako upřímně nevím, přijeme, že už tady jsme asi 15-20 minut. Přístroje zatím nic. Trošku jsme to tady přeorganizovali, aby tady byla lepší energie, ale...
Kámo, viděl jsi to?
Co?
Čum?
Řekni se hejbe, kde byl.
Kámo,
Je to vidět na to videu, nebo ne?
Ne.
Vidí.
Kámo, asi jo. Já nevím, kámo.
A čum, já jakoby, když to jako se zkusíme jako ustabilizovat, tak stejně se to jakoby trošičku jakoby hejbe, víš? Všim se z toho? Vidíš?
Jako ale vítr tady, kámo se to... Kámo.
To byla ta židle teď?
Jo, hej, viděli jste to lidi?
Kámo, co si to do s náma hraje, vole. Projev se nám, jestli si tady, dotkni se těch přístrojů, zkus něco s něčím pohnout, něco posunout. Kámo, ta židle zase, vole.
Kámo. Hej, já bych si s tím dal...
Kámo, já bych šel do toho radši dál, vole,
já
víš
taky,
co?
vole.
Kámo, čekuj. Já jste vidět lidi, a ta židle se fucking klá, kde byl.
Jde to vidět, kámo.
Kámo, ven tu kameru a natoč to zblízka.
Já to přiblížím, kámo.
Jest, nebo vidět, že fakt nikdo nic s ničím neděláme. Kámo, to je nějaký, vole, nějaký loophole, nebo...
Já nechápu, jako, jak si to může takhle hrát.
Kámo, vy jste divní jak svině, že jste tady hnuli věci, ale ty přístroje nic, vole, že?
A metal chain swings back and forth by itself. A chair moves and vibrates much like the bed frame they discovered earlier. But did you see it? Most terrifying of all, the strange translucent figure of a woman in a dress seems to walk across the hallway. The TV Twix team doesn't realize what their camera has captured, and even though they're freaked out by the bizarre movement of the chair, they continue to investigate, moving to a new location with an absolutely gruesome past: the incubator room. According to local legend, a man was tied up and tortured to death in the back of this room. As Danny is telling the story, things start to get weird.
Tím, že vlastně ho přivázali, lynchovali jako svině, tamhle v tom zadním inkubátoru ho prostě normálně zavřeli, jo. A to je možná ta duše, protože když jsem o tom zrovna mluvil, jako že ho zavřeli, tak se nám to projevilo jako, že asi ano.
Ty vole.
Kámo, ty dveře toho inkubátoru, jak kde byl?
Nevíte to?
To si děláš prdel.
Kámo,
ten přístroj furt jede, ten rempot. To si děláš prdel. Kámo, co se to tady děje, ty vole?
Co bylo?
Kámo, nevím, mně přijde, vole, že ten rempot jakoby furt zvyšoval teplotu. Vzadu mi přijde, že se hejbe, kámo, to lano, vole. Vlastně mi to zdá.
Kámo, jestli taky...
Já nevím, možná už mám kámo fakt halucinace.
Ne, fakt kámo se hejbe asi, ale...
Myslíš? Kámo. Ty dveře,
Kámo, já počkej, vole.
Kámo, to si děláš pryč odsaď. Já zkusím, vole, z toho equipu ještě vyndat jeden vlastně jiný přístroj.
Kámo! Hej kámo, já už jdu do prdele.
Takže to se pohla teď, viděl jsi to?
Jo, viděl jsem to, kámo.
Ty
hej, já už jdu do
kámo,
prdele.
ser na to.
A ty dveře ještě,
Jdu
kámo.
ten přístroj,
Něco,
vole.
kámo. Hej.
Kámo, jdeme do prdele, odsaď do vole!
Kámo, vole.
Ty si děláš prdele, kámo, se nám ještě v životě nepodařilo zachytit tohle.
The TV Twix guys have had enough. The two investigators grab their equipment and just head home. So did Danny and Dominic capture proof of the paranormal? Could this be the spirit of one of the employees that suffered horrible experiments here? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. The ghost.
Okay, so where to start? The ghost woman, it looks like it was something that was added to the video later, just from the way it fades out at the end. It looks like a video effect. The chair moving, the chain moving. Well, both chairs moving. Even the door on the incubator moving. That can all be string or fishing line. The only thing string and fishing line I don't think would explain is probably the bed, but there is some fishing line that can do that. And if they're using that fishing line, I applaud them. But with the bed, honestly, I was thinking they might be using like a green or a blue rope and using green screen technology to do it, but that might not even need to be what's being done. They could just be using a very heavy-duty fishing line to move the bed like that. If you notice, every time something moved, it always moved towards one of the two guys. The bed, the chain, the chair, the door to the incubator. Every time something moved, it moved towards one of them. So pretty much pretty obviously they're the ones moving the stuff, but it was a pretty good job. The video was pretty well put together. It was a pretty good video. I did enjoy it. Now let's take a look at the extra one.
In the garage. This next creepy video was reposted to the internet without a source. Allegedly, a woman named Sarah is recording a video after she notices strange activity inside her neighbor's garage. What makes the footage so creepy is that her neighbors are not home. They're away on vacation, leaving both their home and garage completely empty. This is the video.
Are the lights motion activated? I already think it's fake. If something's moving at that speed, I don't know what it's like inside the garage, but I don't think they'd be able to stop themselves before they
The light
ran into
flickers
a...
and something seems to quickly race back and forth inside the garage. Whatever it is then stops and peeks out at her, staring right at Sarah before quickly disappearing out of sight. Now, without a source, it's impossible to know exactly what's going on here. But whatever this is moves at a speed that's just a little too fast for a normal human being.
Right.
So what do you think this is? Let me know.
It's almost like somebody's using a figurine and making shadow puppets on the wall using it. That's what that reminds me of when I see it. Just at the speed it moves and how it stays constant. No excess movement. Like just like there's a solid object being moved left and right, and its shadows being is being projected on the wall. That's what that one That's what I get from that. Other than that, it was moving too quickly, and there'd be no way for it to stop before it slammed into a wall moving at those speeds.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video. You can also follow me on the socials and say, hey there, what's up, buddy? Huh. Anyway, hopefully I will see you again next week.
You'll definitely see me again. Okay, guys, that's it for this one. All in all, pretty good video. I liked it. It was entertaining. It was fun to watch. That's going to be it for our reaction. And I'll see you guys again in our next reaction. Until then, be safe and have fun.